We spend years trying to outrun our past, but the truth is, we carry it with us everywhere. Inside you, there is a younger version who remembers every moment they felt too small, too loud, too wrong, too much, or somehow still not enough. And that younger you still hopes someone will show up. Someone who understands. Someone who stays. Here's the twist we're never taught. You are still growing into the person that child needed the most. We think we outgrow our past, but trauma doesn't leave politely. It leaves breadcrumbs in the brain. That younger you learned to avoid risk, to keep quiet, to shrink around others, to hide the parts of themselves that weren't accepted. Every time you freeze before taking a chance, before speaking up, before being seen, that's them, pulling the alarm because life once taught them. The safest place is invisible, but the world has changed, and you are not who you were. We mislabel it as self-hate, but the inner critic is a protector who doesn't know you've grown. It learned, if I judge me first, I stay ahead of pain. If I don't expect anything, I won't hurt. If I play small, I can't lose. That strategy worked once. Now it steals everything you could become. The voice that wounds you once kept you safe. Let's teach it a better way. Fear is convinced you are still that fragile child. It sees every new possibility as a threat. New relationship, danger, new opportunity, danger, new dream, danger, so it screams. Don't try. Don't hope. Don't grow. Not to punish you, but to protect the child who was hurt when they tried. The inner critic only knows the past. It lives inside. The rejection you endured, the shaming you absorbed, the silence you hid in, the rules you learned just to survive. It repeats, you're not enough. You'll embarrass yourself. People don't care. It clings to the story that once protected your heart, even though you've outgrown it. The version of you that voice is speaking to does not exist anymore. You have new tools. You have support. You have inner strength that child never had access to. And when the inner critic says, "You can't handle this," you can answer, "I already am." Healing doesn't mean the past disappears. It means you stop letting an old story decide who you're still allowed to be. We don't heal by ignoring the child inside us. We heal by taking their hand and leading them safely forward. You can speak to that voice. You're allowed to talk back. Say, "I hear you. I know you're scared, but I am bigger than what hurt me." Every time you respond with compassion instead of panic, you untangle fear from your identity. When the critic says, "You'll mess this up," you can say, "Maybe, but I deserve to try." When it says, "You don't belong," you can say, "I'm practicing showing up." This is not fake positivity. This is teaching your nervous system what safety sounds like. You get to become the parent you needed, the protector you never had, the encourager you deserved. When the critic attacks, turn toward it. Whisper to the child inside, "It wasn't your fault. You didn't deserve that. I'm here now." That's reparenting. That's healing. You're allowed to take up space with your fears and your dreams and your process. You do not have to earn permission to exist loudly. You are not a burden for having needs. Slowly, you stop bracing for punishment every time you try. Slowly, your inner voice softens. Slowly, you feel yourself rooting into the world like you belong here. Because you do. You always have. The critic becomes quieter. The fear becomes smaller. Support replaces judgment. Curiosity replaces shame. Hope replaces dread. The voice that once hurt you begins to guide you forward because it finally knows you're safe. You are not meant to stay small. You are growing into the person your past self prayed for. Every step you take toward kindness is a step that child never got to make. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trying. Thank you for choosing gentleness. This is Innerframe Theory, where we learn to speak to ourselves like someone we're learning to love. As always, remember to look inward